Resident Evil Revelations.
Previously on Resident Evil Revelations.
This is the T-Abyss virus. We are equipped to infect 1/5 of the Earth's waters.
Damn terrorists. Now they want to use the virus to stage another attack.
They seek the truth about Terra Grigia and vengeance.
Raymond!
That corpse you ran into earlier? Send a team to Valcoin and Mock Airport.
Look for something linked to this ship.
I'll send Quint and Keith.
I hate snow. Snow hates you.
Just find out anything you can on Veltro.
Jackass here. We arrived at Valcoinen Mock Airport.
This is Forkball. Good job. Get the lay of the surroundings and continue with your mission.
So, how do you want us to proceed, O'Brien?
Up to you. Do what you think is best.
What took you two so long? At least we're here. What's up with Veltro?
Not sure. We haven't found a thing. No clues, nothing.
So now what?
There's an underground chamber. We're preparing to storm it now.
Wow, that sounds like a job for us, don't it, Grinder?
Wait, we haven't received authorization yet.
It's all right. We're on it, okay? Besides, if you need someone to sniff something out, ain't no one better than my boy here.
Hey, I'm right here, Grinder.
So, you followed Jessica home. You know where she lives now?
Almost. I had her until the very end, but I lost her near the... Hey! You think I'm a stalker, don't you?
You said it. Come on, let's go.
Feels like something's gonna jump out.
Watch your footsteps. We need to stay quiet.
Yeah, I know.
So, apparently we are now attached to two randoms. They serve no purpose in the overall Resident Evil franchise other than within Revelations. Never heard of these two characters before. Maybe they popped up somewhere within another franchise before. Maybe Resident Evil 1, 2, or even 3. So what I could say is, I don't know, man. I don't think they serve any purpose whatsoever at all. I believe they have no meaning here. I think they're part of the reason why people don't really like Revelations 1 that much. The story started good, and then it started to get mild towards the middle. And now we're here, past the halfway point, and we're now introduced to these two new characters, these two Jokers. They're supposedly both intelligent, because they work for BSA. But they're both goofballs. Even one of their code name is called Jackass. So why are they even in this world or even on this team? If they're kind of both incompetent but they're smart at the same time. So now I gotta play them. So they've officially subtracted a point from the Revelation story. That's how I feel about it. They don't have any meaning or purpose within the franchise, rather than Evil franchise, other than within Revelations.
Shh.
Weren't you the one who said to stay quiet?
Well, even Homer sometimes nods off, you know?
Psh, that doesn't even make sense. Come on.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. This dude just tripped out. They're sending these two clowns in order to fix a problem. This is what you call a movie trope. You have to have the comedy relief within a serious and deadly movie in order to have the feeling of tension watered down a little. However, this is not a movie, this is a goddamn video game. And they serve no purpose throughout the franchise. That's why I've never seen them within the other franchise games that came after Resident Evil 5 or 6, or in the other remakes, because they're meaningless beyond Revelation. So maybe they even show up as as a cookie, or as a, some type of gotcha moment in another game, or even as a small part, but they weren't an actual central figure. Someone thought it would be a good idea to have these two guys as a central figure within our central part of the Revelation story, and then they forgot about them in Revelations 2 and 5 and 6 and every other Resident Evil game, including remakes that came after, including Resident Evil 7 and 8. So yeah, this is a bad idea. Never do this if you're going to make a video game or a movie or any type of content. Never introduce a character around the halfway point or past the halfway point. It's ignorance and stupidity. So unless the story around these two characters or the overall story is longer than the halfway point, and even though I'm at the halfway point is not the halfway point, it's at the 35% marker, then that would be understandable, because then you can flesh out these characters, even as secondaries. But if I'm past the halfway point, and the game of Revelations 1 is not long, then this is called stupidity or dumb decisions. You never do this in stories or in games. It's simply there to as fanfare. Fanfare stuff don't improve and make stories better. It just doesn't. It just brings back nostalgia, that's all. It doesn't actually truly help the story unless the whole purpose of the fanfare is to help the story. And that's not what's happening in Revelations 1. They're not here to help the story.
Quinn, pass me the screwdriver.
Sure, huh?
Please, don't tell me you dropped it. Okay, where is it?
I know I had it up until this point.
Hold up. I bet you dropped it when you tripped.
So one of these guys is a stalker, and not only is he a stalker, he's clumsy as well. So not really good and helpful towards the franchise. I guess that's the main reason why people don't like the Revelation series, either 1 and 2, that much compared to the other Resident Evil games. There's a lot of stupidity in both of them. Someone who was in the writing room got hired to do these games. They didn't really think or understand the Resident Evil franchise.
Here we are. You are such a klutz. You know that?
Sorry, Grinder.
So this guy's code name is Grinder, and the other one name is Jackass. Okay. Another thing to notice why I still like Revelations 2 better. If you notice, when they go in and out of doors, it's the same as when Jill walks through a door. Same movement, same body movement. Same as when Chris and Jill walks to the door. Even when these characters, or this character here is running, he's running the same as Chris. So they didn't even bother to put a proper animation for this character. So I gotta doubt the game for another point. They didn't waste time with trying to make these two individuals like individuals. All they did was skin them different face, different body sizes. That's all. They increase the body size and the skin of their face. The movement of their bodies is, I guess, back in the days, is unimportant.
We might be able to open up that area that's been sealed off. Huh? The security cameras have got something.
This is what I found from the security feeds.
That's a freighter, ain't it? Is this Veltro or what? Whoa! Did you see that?
Not control BOW? Talk about a wrench in the works.
Keep it together, and... oh! They never had a chance.
The timestamp places the crash at the same time as the one Chris reported.
Is that in here?
It certainly looks like that. Whoa!
What the hell is it?
It's a poltergeist!
Hey, Quinn!
I'll switch the feeds. See where it goes.
Huh. We got a live one here.
Shh! Quiet!
Hey, what the hell is that?
I told you to be quiet. Oh! Whoa! There's something there. I don't know what, but we can't see it.
Nasty.
Hey, did he just drop something? This is definitely for mature viewing audiences.
That's some shocking footage there.
One of the Vics left it behind. What is it?
It really doesn't work. Their comedy doesn't work. The jokes don't hold up or don't even stand to begin with. Maybe even when the game came out, it probably wasn't even funny. So the comedy relief is not even funny. Another thing I notice when I'm using the scanner, like it's much darker here when I'm using the scanner. It's just a little bit more lighter. Still dark, but you can see the edges, whereas you can hardly see the edges. Now you can see the edges. The game is specifically designed so you can't increase the brightness whatsoever at all, which makes the whole use of the scanner comes into play. Very important. But here's something else that's dumb. For instance, if you have an object in the darkness and it's of a specific color type, very bright color type, it's going to show a little, even in darkness. So unless it's in pitch black darkness, where there's no light, it's gonna show a little. Try it for yourself. Go in a room where there's hardly any light, but there's still light in the room, and put an object that's of a bright color within that darkness. You'll be able to see it just somewhat. If there's light above or around or even near that shelf or underneath that bureau or wherever, you would be able to see that object, because the human eye adjusts towards darkness just like it adjusts towards light. So it could use the light from around it to increase the sensitivity and intensity of your eyes in order to see objects that are darker if you concentrate enough. However, in this game is basically saying all the characters in the game cannot see in the dark whatsoever, and you need to use this object. So when they're running by objects, let's say it's a herb, or it's a grenade, or it's a keys. If I stay and I walk around and I keep looking in the dark, and I look there and I increase the brightness of my monitor, as well as my monitor itself, as well as the brightness of the game itself, I still would not be able to find that object, because I'm not supposed to find the object using my eyes. I'm supposed to find the object using the scanners. So that's what's kind of dumb. Because if things are clearly can be seen near light, it should be able to be seen somewhat, even if they're in darkness. So the realism and logic of the game is not 100% accuracy when it comes to darkness and light. So I gotta take a point off from the game for that too. I can see why, I really could see why some people don't like Revelations 1 compared to 2. Lots of things make sense in Revelations 1, but there's also tons of things that makes absolutely no sense. Like, you need to use your scanner all the time to find hidden objects, as if you could literally be walking by it and look around at that area, and the game will refuse to show it to you unless you're using the scanner. You could literally walk over or around the object and it won't show until you use the scanner. It's kind of dumb. Here's a good example. You see this? This is what I'm talking about. I could see this object clearly as day without the scanner. just like I could see it with the scanner. And I could see it clear. It's in the darkness. So they include some object to be hidden in the darkness and some not to be hidden with the darkness. It makes no sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but at the same time, it really doesn't make sense. Because it's basically trying to say, well, this room isn't completely pitch black, that's why you're able to see this bottle. Well, that little area where I pick up that screwdriver wasn't completely pitch black either. Certain things just don't make sense. Gameplay wise, mechanical wise, Resident Evil Revelations 1 is inferior to 2. It just is. Story wise, it's better than Resident Evil Revelations 2. Except for the story of these two jokers. They just basically took a good story and just crap on it.
Where are you off to, Grinder? We're supposed to be investigating here.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get past these two clowns part of the story as fast as possible, so I won't talk as much. It's really disappointing that they decided to use these two guys and then just forget about them within the other Resident Evil franchise. Yeah, I'm not going to read anything. I'm just going to try to get past these two clowns as fast as possible. Here's the thing, here's another one. Here's this dark area right here. There's no light, so you can't really see in the darkness. But in all truth, like, this makes sense. There's no light here. There's light here. There's light there. There's light there. This makes sense. This is logical. This entire area is completely dark. Can't see anything. That's when you need the scanner for completely dark areas. Those other areas coming through those alleyways, the corridors, you don't need a scanner for that. So the game is good and bad at the same time.
It's a security token. I can breach the master network of the plane's onboard computer if I can just extract the web key from this dongle.
Whatever that means. Just do your thing.
It means we can scavenge the data on that freighter.
Now you're talking.
I've seen enough. Let's head to the crash site.
Wait, are you serious? Is this game serious? No wonder people like Revelations 2 better. This is complete stupidity. That mission wasn't even like 10 minutes. It was like a 4-minute mission. The only reason it lasted as long is because I was talking. It's like a 5-minute mission with these two jokers. I can't believe that. Yeah, the gameplay wise, it's Revelations 2 is better. That was complete stupidity. There's no point that these two clowns needed to do that mission. They didn't have to do anything. They could have literally cut those two characters from this game and the game would still work fine. And now we're back with Jill.
What's that sound?
Makes no sense.
Water?
It's completely stupid.
Yes. It's coming from there.
Yeah, I really hate that. That's like waste of time for no reason. That's like someone in the writing room was completely freaking on drugs when they decided, you know what would be a good idea, let's throw in two randoms that serve no purpose in the story and just have them do a mission for no reason whatsoever at all. Because the BSAA is just as important as Jill and Claire in the game, which they really aren't. They're just a plot device as part of the story, or an attachment to the bigger plot. They're a mini plot of the bigger plot. I really can't call them a plot device either. They're more like a set foundation within the story. That's all. Even they serve a purpose. Those two jokers, they weren't even a plot device. That really pissed me off. I'm lowering the game from a full, that's a full 1 off from the game right there. That's a full 1. That's not even a 0.1 or 0.2 or 0.3. That's a full 1 right there with regards to the story. That completely is terrible. Completely is terrible. Can't even speak proper English. That usually happens when I start to get mad. When I start to get mad, I can't even speak properly. When I start to get really mad, I start to stutter a lot. Like if a game really pisses me off, then I start to like really stutter a lot. But when it starts to anger me just so slightly, I start to not say things properly.
Where's the leak?
Damn, Doctor. Are you trying to sink the ship along with your new virus?
I really can't believe that. I really cannot believe that. I can't believe that's still bothering me. Whoever made this game decided to put two randoms not relevant to the story whatsoever and give them a mission that didn't even last 5 minutes.
Attention! There is flooding in the bilge. The bulkheads cannot be lowered during a power outage. Power can be restored from the engine room.
We better find the engine room on the double.
The water's getting higher.
Come on, there's no time to lose. This one's a swimmer. Try to stay out of the water.
See, that's what you're supposed to use the scanner for. You're supposed to use the scanner when it matters, like being able to see underwater. Here's something else that doesn't make sense. She runs just as fast in the water as she does out of water. In fact, it feels like she's actually running faster out of water than she does in water. See, look how she's running here. She actually feels like she's running slower, not in the water. Here, she actually feels like she's picking up more speed in the water. That is just bad coding right there. She's moving faster in the water. Yeah, the gameplay in RE Revelations 1 is just not good.
Alright, this is where we reset the power. Nothing's working. Let's see if I can figure this out, okay? Need you, however. So go try that control panel over there.
No problem. I'm on it.
Nothing works. Nothing works.
Okay, I made it. There are no keys here.
Oh, shit. My guess is you have to start them both simultaneously.
And we really need that key.